Good day everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the frequency distribution table. How are you going to make the frequency distribution table? Okay, so but before that, let us first define or what is a frequency distribution table. So the grouping of the numerical observation into intervals or classes together with the count of the number of observations that fall in each interval or class. It is mostly used for summarizing categorical values because there are some instances that variables tend to have many distinct values. We construct frequency distribution table if there are at least 30 data observations or row scores. Ibig sabihin, gagamit lang tayo ng FDT kapag yung respondents natin is at least 30. So at least 30 respondents, so 30 and above, so gagamit na tayo ng frequency distribution table. And we are going to construct in order for us to solve for the mean, median, mode of the group data. Okay, so let's have an example. So this data shown are the scores of 30 students in mathematics exam. So we are going to construct a frequency distribution table given the scores of the 30 students in their exam in mathematics. Okay, so yung first step natin dito is we are going to determine the range. So pag sinabi nating range, it is the difference between the highest and then the lowest value of the given set of data. So yung pinakauna nating aalamin is the range of the given set of data. So para mahanap natin yung range nila, isusubtract lang natin yung highest score and then the lowest score. Okay, so let us now find the range. So given that data, our highest score is 95. So yung highest score natin is 95. Yan. And then the lowest score naman is 52. So we are just going to subtract that in order for us to find the range. So our range is equal to 95 minus 52. So that is 43. So yung range natin is 43. Kailangan natin yan, kakailanganin natin yan in order for us to get the class interval. Okay, that is the first step, find the range. Second step is determine the number of classes or the class size. Ibig sabihin, yung ganito po, yung ganito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yan yung class size na tinatawag dyan. It's the number of rows. Okay? So, in order for us to determine the class size, we are going to use this formula, itong formula na to, this one, saan yan? Yan. Ito yung gagamitin natin na formula. So that is K is equal to 1 plus 3.322 log N. So yung N natin is the number of respondents or the number of frequency, the total number of frequency. So since there are 30 students who took the exam in mathematics, so therefore our N is 30. So yung N natin is 30. Ilagay natin dito. Ayan. So meron ditong note that if the computed value daw is decimal, we are going to round it up or take the next integer. So all the data observations are included, especially the extreme value. Okay, so hanapin muna natin yung ating class size. So what is our K? So our K is 1 plus 3.322 log 30. So we are just going to use the calculator kasi hindi kaya yan ng mano-mano. Kasi logarithm yung pinag-uusapan. Okay, so that is 1 plus 3.322 log, ito yung log, and then 30, and then equals. Okay, so our answer here is 5.9. So as you can see, 5.9 siya. Kaya lang, di ba meron tayo dito notes that if our answer is in decimal, i-round up natin siya. Take note ha, magkaiba po yung round off sa round up. So pag sinabi nating round off, if the number beside doon sa kung ano yung i-round off nating digit is greater than 5, mag-add tayo ng 1. And then if the number is less than 5, as is yung number, that is round off. Pero pag sinabi nating round up, we are going to take the next integer. No matter what the number beside, kung ano yung kung ano yung whole number dito. Okay? So, since our answer is 5.9 or naka-decimal tayo, so our K is 6. Iti-take natin yung next integer. So, after ng 5, so we have 6. Say, for example, yung nakuha ngayon natin is 5.1. Example lang. So, halimbawa 5.1 siya. Diba? Kung i-apply natin yung concept ng rounding off, so as is yung 5. Yung sa taas is 6 talaga siya. Pero since we are talking about rounding up, so round up tayo. So, automatic, na kung 5.1 man siya, basta decimal yung sagot, automatic 6 pa rin yung kukunin natin as the class size. Okay? So, take note of that, no? If the answer is decimal, always take the next integer. So our K is equal to 6. That is the next step. Step 2 is determine the number of classes. Ibig sabihin, 6 rows yung yung magiging, yung ilalagay natin sa table. Okay. Next, we have the class interval. So, determine the class interval. In order for us to determine the class interval, i-divide lang natin yung nakuha nating range by the value of the class size. So, yung class interval natin is equal to R over K. So, R natin is 43 divided by 6. So, 43 divided by 6. Again, no, meron ditong notes again that if the computed value is decimal, i-round up ulit natin siya. Okay, so let us use the calculator. So, you have 43 divided by 6. So, since naka-decimal siya, so automatic that our answer is 8. So, iti-take natin yung next integer after 7, so you have 8. So, our class size is equal to 8. So, this is 7.1, 7.16, and so on. So, since naka-decimal siya, so you have 8. Okay, so the class interval is equal to 8. So, meron na tayong RKI. So, meron na tayong class size, yun yung importante, and then the interval. So, okay, for the next step, for the fourth step, is we are now going to construct the frequency distribution table. Okay, using this table. So we have the class interval, the frequency, the class mark, fx, the class limit, and then the cumulative frequency. So yan yung kakailanganin natin para mahanap natin yung mean, median, mode of the group data. Okay, so let us go back to our class interval. So our class interval is 8. Okay, so given this data, so dito tayo magsisimula sa pinaka-last. By the way, so yung class size natin is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 yung magiging row natin dito sa ating table. And then the class interval is 8. Do not forget about it. So, balik tayo dito sa data. So yung data natin is yung lowest score natin dito is 52. So yung 52, yun yung ilalagay natin dito sa pinakababa. Susulat natin dito yung ating score, which is 52. Okay. So, since the class interval is 8, so mag-a-add tayo dito ng 8 sa 52 in order for us to get the next number above 52. So, 52 plus 8, so that is 60. Tama? And then, add ulit tayo ng 8. So, 60 plus 8, so that is 68. 68 plus 8, so you have 76. 76 plus 8, so you have 84. Okay, 84. 84 plus 8, 92. Okay, tama? Okay. So, that would be our lower scores. Okay? And then, paano naman natin kukunin yung ating higher scores? So, dito sa pinakababa, 52, since we have 52, after 52 is we have 60, mag-minus 1 lang tayo dito. Para yun yung result dyan is ilalagay natin dito. And that would be the higher scores. So, 60 minus 1, so you have 59. So, dito, itong pinakamababang score dito, we have 52 to 59. Okay? And then, add the class interval to 59. So, 59 plus 8. So, add ulit tayo dito ng 8, which is the class interval, right? So, 59 plus 8, so that is 67. And then, 67 plus 8, so that is 75. Tama? 75 plus 8, so that is 83. 83 plus 8, so that is 91. And 91 plus 8, so that is 99. Okay. So that would be our class scores or the higher scores. Okay? So, next step natin is to find the frequency. Babalikan natin yung data. Okay, hahanapin na natin kung how many students got a score of 92 to 99. So, dito, babalikan natin. Yung itatali lang natin siya. So, 92 to 99. So, dito, okay, so we have here 1, 92 to 99. 1, 2, 3. Ito pa pala. 4, 5. So, 1, 2, 3. Hindi yung 90. Kasi natin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, 92 to 99. So, we have 4 here. Next, 84 to 91. So, 84 to 91. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 3. 76 to 83. Scores from 76 to 83. 76 to 83. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4. 68 to 75. 68 to 75. So, 1, 2, 3. Meron pala tayo itong 83. Mamaya ilagay natin. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you have your 8. Okay, so meron tayo ditong naiwan na 83. So, ilalagay natin siya dito sa 76 to 83. So, we have 5. Tama? Hindi natin yung 76 to 83. 76 to 83. So, 76 to 83. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay. Next, 62, 62, 67. 62, 67. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 4. And then 52 to 59. 2, 4, 5. Ano pala tayo 67? So, this is 5. Total, or let us get the sum of the frequency. So, the frequency, the sum of the frequency, 4 plus 3. Calculator na tayo. 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5 plus, okay. Yun. So, the total number is 30. So, our frequency is 30. So, basically, this is our N also. N is equal to 30. Okay. Next, to get the class mark, all you need to do is to get the average of the scores of the lower scores and then the higher score. So, i-add lang natin yung 92 and the 99. Okay? So, all you need to do is to add them. So, 92 plus 99. And then you divide it by 2 to get the average. So, that is 95.5. So, we have 95.5. So, same with 84 plus 89, 91. 84 plus 91. And then you divide it by 2. 87.5. So, we have 87.5. And repeat the process. 76 plus 80 divided by 2. 79.5. 68 plus 75 divided by 2. Oops. 71.5. 60 plus 67 divided by 2. 62.5. 52 plus 59 divided by 2. 55. Okay. So that is our class mark or the average of the two scores. Okay. Next is we have fx. Kaso medyo maliit yung ating sulatan for the fx. But anyway, so try lang natin isulat siya ng maliit. Yung fx natin is we're going to multiply the frequency and then the class mark. Itong dalawa. So, i-multiply lang natin yung 4 times 95.5. Okay? So, 4 times 95.5. 382. Yun yung ilalagay natin dito. Natin na, pagkasyahin natin yung 382. So, 382. Ayan. Sunod is we have 87.5. 3 times 87.5. 262.5. Nilagay natin dito ang 262.5. Ayun, di na nagkasya. Next, we have 5 times 79.5. 397.5. 307.5. Next, 8 times 71.5. 570. Next, 5 times 60.5. 370.5. And then, 5 times 35.5. 5 times 35.5. 277. 177. So, yeah, that would be our fx. And after that, we're going to find the summation of fx or yung total niya. So, i-add natin ito. So, 382, okay, correct, 382 plus 262.5 plus 397.5 plus 572 plus 317.5 plus 277.5. Okay, so our total fx or the summation of fx is 2,209. Sulat natin. So you have 2,209. Okay. Next is we have the class limit. So meron tayong lower limit and then the upper limit. So to get the lower limit, dito tayo titingin sa ating lower scores, and to get the upper limit naman is dito tayo titingin sa ating higher scores. So yung lower limit natin is magpa-minus lang tayo ng 0.5. Dito naman sa upper limit is magpa-plus tayo ng 0.5 sa ating scores. So palitan natin yung ating pen kasi nalagpas yung ating fx dito. Okay, so for first score which is 92, so subtract tayo ng 0.5 and that is 91.5. Okay, 84, you have 83.5. And then 76, 75.5, 68, 67.5. So subtract lang ng 0.5 ha. And sa 60, we have 59.5. And then sa 52, we have 51.5. And to get the upper limit, you are going to add 0.5. So mag-add tayo ng 0.5 sa 99 and that is 99.5. Sa 91, we have 91.5, 83, 83.5, 75, 75.5, 67, 67.5, and 59, we have 59.5. Okay. And our cumulative frequency, dito tayo magsisimula sa mababa. And titingin tayo sa ating frequency, which is 5. So, susulat natin yung 5, and then i-add lang natin siya pataas. You're just going to add them up. Okay? So, 5, 5 plus 5, so you have 10. 10 plus 8, so you have 18. 18 plus 5, so you have 23. 23. And 23 plus 3, so you have 26. 26 plus 4, so you have 30. So as you can see, the total number of frequency is 30. So 30 din yung ating doon sa doon sa pinakataas na ating cumulative frequency. So dapat tali silang dalawa. Okay? So that is how are we going to make the cumulative or the frequency distribution table given the 30 scores of the 30 students who took the exam in mathematics. Okay? So in your activity, you're going to make a frequency distribution table just like this, given the salaries in pesos of 40 employees of the government agencies. So you're going to construct a frequency distribution table given their salaries. So you just follow the steps. The first step is to find the range. Next is to find the class size. And then next is to find the class interval. And then after that, you can already determine or construct a frequency distribution table. Okay? So I hope that you learn something, okay, kung paano gumawa ng frequency distribution table. Kapag may mga questions na hindi naintindihan, you can ask me and then I will try to answer it. So you can ask doon sa ating GC. Okay, so thank you and God bless everyone.